Hi.
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 I'm Nick.
I'm Jill.
I'm Gab.
And
We're HipStrings.
Welcome to day B of the Base12 2025 Spinalong. And we have a special guest, actually two special guests here. Gab, do you want to introduce your
son.
boy here?
This is my son. His name is Lord Berrywinkle, Sasquatch of the Night.
Yeah. He is a long Furby. And if you've paid attention to some of the HipStrings signature blends, you may have known that there was one called
Lord
Berrywinkle. Named after him.
Yes, and there's just a little bit in the shop. So
I think you just said that he sold the last.
No. I'm not replenishing him.
Oh, okay.
Grab what you can while there's still Lord Berrywinkle in the shop.
Lord Berrywinkle demands it.
Yeah, he's very upset with you.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so why don't we go ahead and get started? You need to say what's day B. I need to figure out what day I'm doing.
The key is still on the floor.
I've got another key if you would like.
Oh, it's such a good day that Gab is here. Because Gab, today's color is your favorite color.
Wow. Who would have thought?
So today, the color is ultraviolet on Targhee Bamboo Silk. It is the last hand-dyed. So if you've been keeping track, that means that tomorrow is going to be a bat. I'd like to start you guys off on bats and end on bats.
And I'm going to be spinning day 9, which is alternate. 80% Targhee, 10% Tussa, 10% viscose from bamboo. And Gab, are you going to be spinning anything at all?
I have crochet.
Oh, you have crochet. Excellent.
Yes.
So
is it purple?
It's actually black currently.
Oh, okay.
So
Gab's second favorite color.
There will be purple in the project later.
Gab basically has an entire wardrobe of black, purple, white,
There's other colors.
gray. Those are the main ones. There are some days when you wear green.
I own some blue.
Some blue.
What? I don't think I've seen you in blue. Oh, for Hampton stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, only the Hampton stuff.
I have blue for school events.
Yeah. Purple is an even more royal color than the blue, though, isn't it?
Yeah.
Based on what we were talking about yesterday.
Yep.
Used
to be a small mollusk. Produced purple.
Yeah.
That was the royal purple. You required like thousands of tiny sea snails to dye a garment.
Wow.
Apparently, there's new studies showing that people tried to imitate the royal by over dyeing, I think, woad with madder. So woad produces a blue and madder produces a red.
Okay.
So there were people trying to counterfeit purple, but they actually passed sumptuary laws saying that certain colors had to be worn by only certain, like you had to be a certain economic class to wear certain colors. And I mean, sumptuary laws ended up being used for, all sorts of keeping class distinctions via your textiles over the centuries.
It was making it easier to see the class distinction as well.
Yes, and it even shows
how
up.
Dare people
right, and now
look
it kind of
fancier than they
there's
are.
this whole trend called quiet luxury, which is, rich people wearing high-end polos and T-shirts, but that's not branded, but they have certain characteristics that other people who are in the know that your white T-shirt costs $500
instead of $5. Yeah. That's been a trend from the dawn of time.
Yep. The rich just find new ways of secretly identifying themselves to each other.
And the fiber people find secret ways of identifying each other even better.
Yes. It's like finding the people with hand knits, like in public.
I love it when you're walking around and you're like, oh, I know they're a hand knitter. I'm like, how? I know that sweater pattern.
Gab tries to tell me to introduce myself to them, and I never do. There was somebody at one of your band concerts that was like, that's a hand knitter. And I'm like, yes, I know. I know this pattern of that shawl. You're like, you should talk to them. I'll make note.
But fiber people are the best people.
Yeah, but
You didn't want to out them necessarily.
it's like grabbing somebody on the way out. Like there have been times when I have conversed with knitters while waiting in waiting rooms for you this year.
Yes.
And just say you like their shawl or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I've had so many times. It's really interesting. I hate the fact that this is a distinction at all, but being a male knitter, I very often get one of two very polar opposite reactions. One, which is avoid eye contact. This guy is weird. I don't want to have anything to do with him.
Yes.
Or, oh my God, I must talk to him because he's super weird. And
Yes.
within that second subset, there tends to be the the other fiber people who
Or the
absolutely
people
have
that
to-
tell you there's something wrong with this picture if I'm sitting by.
Yes.
If you're the one knitting
That-
and I'm not. And then I pick out my knitting and I tell them that you taught me how to knit.
That bothered me so much. This lady who was 100% super kind, never would have expected a comment like this from her. We were sitting. She's one of the admins at one of the treatment places I go to, and we're sitting in the waiting room, and I'm knitting, and Jill is on her phone, and she comes up and she says, "Something's wrong with this picture." And Jill and I are like, what? And she says to Jill, "Shouldn't you be the one knitting and him on his phone?" And I'm just like, don't want to say what I actually want to say. This is.
I saved you by pulling out my knitting and telling
Yeah.
her that you taught me.
Yeah.
So I just enforced that you were the
Yeah.
the primary knitter.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay, so I should. By the way, there's a lot of text going on. Amy says hi, Gab. Seesaw says hello, all. Shannon said made it. Hi. And I had someone identify me by name at Costco, and it was fantastic. Hollis says, Gab, nice to see you again this year. Kathleen says, being 6 foot tall and young also confuses people when I'm knitting, even more if I've got a spindle. You know, I just realized being 6 foot tall makes it much easier to do drop spindling.
It does.
Yeah. Sorry, Gab.
You're missing out a foot of single.
Only a foot?
Only a foot.
Okay.
Not that short.
Cab's about 5 foot.
Okay. Good. But yeah, the
Did you say what fiber you got?
yes, I did. Day 9, alternate,
Okay.
80% Targi wool, 10% Tussa silk,
Okay.
10% viscose from bamboo.
Okay. I just want to make sure.
Okay,
Your bobbin looks really nice.
thank you. There's a really nice designer who combined all these colors together in a kit. So yeah, there's been a lot of times where I've
You do a lot of public knitting.
I do a lot of public knitting, but also like there's a couple of events in my life that really stick out in terms of the people's responses of how incredibly shocked they are about me, my knitting, my involvement.
Mm-hmm.
The next one that comes to mind is at Indie Knit and Spin, where I was talking to a lady who was volunteering for, and we were mining the entry, and she says to me, "Oh, it's so nice that you support your wife in her hobbies by helping out at this show." I'm like, "Lady, I run this show." Like,
Yep.
I didn't say that, but that's what crossed my mind, and I'm like, "Oh yeah, you know, we love doing this stuff together. In fact, I knit and I taught her how to knit, and I'm not sure she believed me. Then there was the lady who thought that I was going to first try to take over a plane and then defend a plane from terrorists because I had knitting needles. She was shocked that I was allowed to have sharp objects in a plane. And then she said, well, at least you can defend us if something bad happens. And I said, you know what? If I try to stab somebody with these needles, I'm more likely to hurt myself than them.
Do you know how much these needles cost?
That's what I should have said.
No, they would never imagine.
Kathleen says, by the way, if only if you've got a spindle that has enough inertia. I love a tiny spindle that only goes about a yard before it needs a new flick. So the extra height doesn't gain her much.
Yeah, Kathleen travels with teeny tiny Turkish spindles that all fit in like the Talenti gelato jars,
Oh,
along
really?
with along with fiber.
Fiber?
Or smaller, like teeny tiny Turkish.
That is teeny tiny.
Yeah.
Hey, she's got a mode. So Gab, do you want to talk about what you're working on?
I'm making a shawl out of a bedspread pattern from like 1983.
So Gab
Please don't
inherited
talk
a
about
whole
that
bunch
as
of.
if it's so old. It's ancient. It's from 83. Sorry, go on.
You want to talk about how you inherited this
I
massive
have
collection?
quite a few doily pattern books.
Quite a few. You've got a stack that's easily a foot tall.
Quite a few.
And how did you spend your like first month of summer break?
I spent summer break crocheting doilies while watching every single Marvel movie in chronological order.
Not just the movies, also the TV series too,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. Yeah. Very productive use of your time.
Mm-hmm.
We have so many doilies now, it's amazing.
You know, just something simple to work on when you're in class.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. Like crochet, I can't get. I mean, I can a little bit, but I'm not.
It's okay. I know how.
Yeah. My biggest problem is finding exactly where I'm supposed to go back into the
That's the
previous.
fun, is knowing what hole to go into. And then
Yeah.
if you start doing like hybrid crochet, then there's even more places you put your hook.
See, I much prefer the Tunisian crochet, which is not Tunisian,
Yes.
right? Because at least then you have, at least half the time, a needle to go off of, like you're knitting, right?
You're just, you need that security blanket of a needle, huh?
Yes, I do. And to my point before, Gab, Amy started junior high in 1983. Oh, and Hollis is saying it's difficult to hear you, Gab, so you need to, yeah, Jill, if you pull the microphone out from
Okay.
being nestled in there, and then
I'll move it towards Gab,
also Gab needs to speak up a bit.
not speak into the magazine.
The magazine is so interesting.
Is it? How well written are those instructions, Gab?
Not very. I think the diagram is wrong in some places. I think they just gave up and started drawing random lines.
Like, this should work.
Yeah. And then the instructions, the written ones just say, look at the diagram.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They didn't baby crocheters in the past. Here, let's give you some wrong instructions and hope in the end you come out with a bedspread.
Yeah.
Or shawl.
Or shawl.
So what made you pick that bedspread pattern? You just like the pattern?
Yeah, it looks cool.
Does it have a special name or anything?
Meadow lawn bedspread.
Meadow Lawn.
Yep.
Okay, that's a nice name. What?
I was just seeing how your progress is, since we're both spinning the same fiber today.
Oh, is it the same fiber?
Yeah.
Oh. I didn't even notice.
But
Oh.
I didn't split, so.
We are very well matched.
I really
seems.
like how my bobbin looks.
Oh my gosh. You should
It's so pretty.
stop and take some time to hold
At
it
the
up.
end.
So
I know your tricks.
Gab, you I know you brought your things to crochet, but you also did bring a bunch of other stuff you wanted to show off, right?
Yes.
All right. Whenever you're ready.
I have to finish my row.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay. From the child whose first sentence
Row-
was row
row
all
all
done.
done.
So, do you want to tell the story or should I?
You can tell the story.
So, when Gab was little, that was, I mean, we've always been deep into knitting.
Yeah.
But of course, when Gab was starting to speak and, you know, still needing things from their parents, sometimes we'd have to say, okay, I will get up when my row is all done.
Yeah.
And apparently we did this enough that Gab very quickly learned the phrase, row all done, row all done. As in, you know, telling us, no, your row's done.
done.
You're going to do this now.
You've always been very assertive.
Mm-hmm.
But now you understand what we were talking about, huh?
Well, with crochet, you can just kind of stop anywhere.
Wait, but didn't you just say? I see your tricks, your wily ways. Excuse me. I'll make it through, I promise. It's only this day and one more.
Yep. I can't believe that.
I can't believe it seems like you're over halfway done, and I am like halfway through my half.
You know,
I started off and I was like, oh, this is not a huge amount. Jill must have shorted me on this one. I'm definitely going to win this day.
as we often say in this family, get good.
Oh, wow. No accommodations for me. Amy says, it always starts out feeling like 12 days is an eternity. Then I blink and we're at day B. That is very true. And we've had a lot of good topics. Oh,
Yeah.
one thing I forgot to bring up
What?
in previous weeks or previous days. Has anybody else seen this ridiculous trailer for Sheep Detectives?
No, I heard about it from Jillian Moreno, posted like on her Patreon blog. So
I posted to the riffraff.
but I
too.
hadn't. I've been a little busy.
The Amy says yes, it looks amazing, and I must go. Imagine this. Oh God, I'm blanking on the name of the main actor now. Greatest Showman, Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman.
Hugh Jackman loves reading detective stories to his sheep. And one day, he turns up dead. So his sheep decide to try and solve his murder because the police that have been assigned to solve his murder are idiots. And this is a live action. This isn't an animation. This is like serious attempt at doing live action. One of the sheep is voiced by Patrick Stewart. That tells you the like big names associated with this. Right?
It's like if Shaun the Sheep was a live action.
Yes, exactly. It's live action Shaun the Sheep. Apparently, it's based off of a book called Three Bags Full.
Okay.
But yeah, it's kind of ridiculous.
Well, maybe you can get Hugh Jackman in your rom-com.
By the time I actually get it greenlit, he would probably be too old to be the love interest.
Mm.
Not the fact that I'm never going to get a greenlit.
No, he
it's
should
just,
be like the grizzled like shepherd in the background.
What grizzled shepherd in the background? What are you talking about?
Oh, every Fiber Festival has, or he could not the grizzled one, but the shepherd playing the banjo, like Jeff Rupert
You know, he could also be
in the sheep barns.
the sheepdog.
Yeah.
The guy with the sheepdogs.
Mm-hmm.
Because every Fiber Festival has to have a
Sheepdog trot.
event, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, we love us some Hugh Jackman in this family. Greatest Showman is a fantastic musical. Whether or not, questions about the reality of Barnum's
Yeah, not really
behavior
lined up with
put aside.
actual P.T. Barnum.
But if you have suspension of disbelief for just a bit, it's such a good musical.
Don't trust the historical fiction.
No. Amy notes, the voice actors list is amazing. Emma Thompson, Bryan Cranston, Julia Louis-Dreyfus, Brett Goldstein, and that's just a fraction. Yeah, no, like it's...
Wow.
They spent a ton of money on this movie. Because the
Or
animation...
everybody did it because it's fun.
Well, sure, but the animation is actually remarkably good, too. Like, they don't look like Uncanny Valley sheep. They look like real sheep talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You've seen real sheep talking?
I refuse to answer that because you might send me to the hospital again. No, what I thought was the funniest thing, though, is aside from Hugh Jackman, all the live action people seem to be people I've never seen before.
Okay.
So, yeah, no, it's
I really like this color against the dumpster fire.
If you haven't seen the trailer, please do yourself a favor. Once you're done watching us, go watch the trailer. It is...
So I finished all the November bats today. All the undercurrent bats are
Yeah,
now
you mentioned
shipped
that.
out. To you, not them.
Yeah, no, I know. Not chastising you for saying it. I'm saying, oh yeah, you mentioned that to me. Yeah. So they're all shipped out now too?
They're all shipped out.
Excellent. And so now you can start on your December bats.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, I already
8 days
shipped
before
one of
the
them.
end of December.
Hey, I already shipped one of those out.
Okay.
I've got one other subscription person that I need to make 2 for. So
But this is part of the reason why you're not doing subscriptions for bats anymore.
Yes. I need a little time without deadlines. Though I do think I need to propose something for Ply has a blends issue coming up.
Ooh.
Yeah, it seems like it would be wrong not to write something for that issue.
Yeah. Becky Knits notes, Emma Thompson. Did you mention Emma Thompson? As well as, I got my December bat today. Incredible.
So that's technically the November. Oh, no, it might be the person who actually got the December bat.
Yeah.
So
You don't even remember who you shipped it out to?
no, that would make sense. Names match up.
You can send a photo to the Discord and share with everybody how beautiful it is.
It's winter mint chocolate chip.
Roald done?
Yeah.
So you want to talk about your other things you
My
brought?
beautiful tuxedo.
Gab
Yes.
is multi-craftual. Oh, you're going to show off the tuxedo.
the other thing I brought.
So we mentioned this in an earlier
LiveStream.
day.
But
Go
let's
on.
appreciate
I have a tuxedo.
a wool garment that's probably 100 years old.
Yeah.
Still trying to date it.
Yeah, I haven't put that much thought into it. I have the vest. Here, talk about it.
Yes.
So-
distract your mother.
Yeah, so it's cotton lining, wool. What was amazing was like just some of the details in the finishing, that like the strap in the back,
Yeah.
like goes to the side seam, instead of now a lot of vests just that's a thing that goes in the middle of the back, so it's much more structural if it goes all the way to the side seam. There's pockets in the.
There's also like pleats
There's
in
darts.
the lining.
There's
There's a pocket in the vest.
There's darts. There's pleats in the lining, and there's pockets in the lining, as well as actual pockets, right on the outside.
Yeah. It's a little big.
So
But it fits you perfectly.
Yeah, it does.
that's the
It's also black.
tailcoat.
I don't know if they can see it.
So that's the tailcoat.
Yeah.
It has
And the
some
pants.
sort of different textile for the bottom of the lapel,
Yeah.
and we were trying to figure out exactly what that is.
What that weave is.
What
There's
that weave
another
is.
pocket in here.
So many pockets.
There's a pocket in here. There's pockets in the pants.
But that one's then I think mostly silk lined,
Yeah.
probably.
Except for like the sleeves.
The sleeves are-
cotton.
The sleeves are cotton. Or slightly different. Sleeves are usually lined with a different material in high end suits.
Yeah.
Um,
It's like a satin weave cotton or something.
yeah. So. But it's a wool twill.
Yeah.
And then there's the pants.
I don't want to.
Anything special about the pants?
It has a button fly.
Yeah, so no zipper. Zippers I don't really become common until the 20s or 30s, right?
Yeah.
That's when zippers become mass manufactured.
There is also like an overlock kind of stitch. It's not like a modern serger stitch, but
Yeah. So Gab is
That's what
planning
we're
on doing a
targeting
deep
this
dive into this garment as a senior research project. So we may have to go back to that set of antique molds.
yeah.
Because the same place in a different little booth had a whole bunch of Victorian textiles and other mostly baby and children's clothing. And usually a lot of that stuff can be very expensive, like the kind of christening gown style. And this was very affordable, and I picked up just a flannel blanket, a cotton flannel blanket, for $1. It has wear on it, but it was a modern flannel does not look like this. And it's the actual weave structure of flannel and not just a brushed cotton. And so it is a very different textile, and the cottons were, you don't find cottons that fine anymore. So I may have to go back and load up on textiles.
Where was this? This was in Ohio, right?
Yes, middle
Yeah,
of nowhere,
There's-
Ohio.
Yeah, there's a random road right next to the interstate or something that
Yeah.
has
A bunch of
8 antique stores.
I think it was the Route 40 antique strip
Yeah.
along
And they all
I-70.
have a bunch of good stuff somehow.
So we will have to go back sometime. It's a couple hours away from here. I found a spinning wheel in one of them, and also a there was that chest that I really should have bought.
Yeah.
I forget what it was made of, but it was made of a wood that, or it was camphor. It was a chest made of camphor wood, and so like naturally moth repellent, like much more than cedar. Camphor doesn't. Like cedar, you have to like sand and stuff to get the smell back and condition. Camphor, you don't.
I was saying we should have just picked up a U-Haul.
Yeah.
But you guys ended up getting that other chest that we found.
Oh yeah, that thing.
Oh yes, we need to bring it.
We need to do something.
We need to clean it.
We need to clean it up. We have this like garment. I don't know.
Porter's chest.
Suitcase.
Yeah. You could fit a small child in this case.
Well, the thing is, you don't open it like a normal chest where you lay it down and open it up. You open it
Vertical.
while it's standing vertically, like a book, and
it has like
it has
drawers.
hangers in it.
It has
and
hangers
drawers.
and drawers.
That's how I'm moving out to college.
Oh God, no, because it has no wheels. This is back in the time of
There's elevators.
Porters.
porters.
You're a porter.
Maybe if we get a teleporter. Ha 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 ha. By the way, the Becky Knits noted that with the December bat, they also got some lichen. They kind of matched. And Amy has put the IMDb page for the Sheep Detectives on the Base12 Discord thread.
Thank you. I'm getting some power loss to my spinning wheel.
No.
That is weird.
Hopefully we don't lose power or anything.
It's plugged in, like it's not running off battery, so that's really weird.
Oh, the outlets over here, like, are weird.
This is the first time it's done it in all of Base 12.
When I
See?
used to, like, iron back here,
That's not
if
good.
I plugged the iron in, the lights would get brighter for a second.
That's very
Yeah.
different.
I know you have feelings about how this house is wired.
I try not to have feelings about it because if I did, then I wouldn't sleep at night. It's a little terrifying.
A little special?
Amy says, I keep forgetting to put my brake back in place on my Sparrow when I change bobbins. So even losing power, you're doing better than me. Yeah, aside from the multiple outlets that have the grounding wire in the outlet box but not connected to the outlet, I fixed all those that I found. There was a
Well, the
the
oven
amazing
wasn't.
instance.
The oven wasn't wired with the proper gauge wire.
Yeah. They just put a higher breaker on it, so
And
that
things
it would,
don't work that way.
so that it would stop tripping the breaker. Never mind the fact that it was drawing too much current. But no, the my favorite good accident that we found was when we decided to redo the kitchen ourselves. We had one wall that was completely
Floor to ceiling
storage.
cabinet. Pantry.
Floor to ceiling cabinet, storage, etc. And we're like, okay, well, we want an additional countertop space there, so we'll pull out those cabinets, and it would be a really good place to have an outlet. And pull out the cabinets, and I start laughing incredibly loudly. Jill, terrified, because hearing this from a different floor, thinks that I'm screaming because I must have hurt myself.
Yeah.
It turns out that behind the cabinets, there was an outlet. It was wired, but it wasn't hooked up. And so once I daisy chained that to the outlet that was behind the microwave, we had our additional outlet without having
Yeah.
to do any additional installation, which was great because I was not looking forward to having to run wire. So that was the one weird thing that was positive about the
Yeah.
wiring in this house. Everything else has been a little scary. Like all the old wires with old insulation that went into the breaker box. They just cut them off, but left them sort of dangling in there. Yeah, that's a little special.
Yeah. The grounding bar in the panel box is a little scary.
Yeah.
It's like my old sewing machines.
Yes. But you rewire those.
Most of them.
Except the one that's now acting as a
We
foot warmer.
ignored my foot warmer.
Now it's just like completely losing power.
I ate it.
Oh no. Whenever we
Nick, what? This is not the way to win.
Okay, so you are getting power.
I'm going to turn that off.
Do you try unplugging it and plugging it back in? Uh-oh. Oh!
I fixed it.
That's interesting. It's being a little special.
The
It's just me or is it
slow
going
start.
faster?
The slow start stopped working.
Interesting. We're going to have to...
We're going to have to contact Dave and Rebecca.
Yeah. Is that the cable I made for you or no?
It's the cable you made for me.
Okay.
But I'll try it with the standard cable. That
Yeah.
shouldn't be the problem.
No, it shouldn't be.
This feels like it might be something with the board.
Uh-oh. Dun, dun, dun.
I do have a different speed controller. I have the speed controller from my Falcon.
Natalie says, sabotage.
I know. See how badly he wants to beat me?
I did stop spinning
Thank you.
for a little bit. So Gab, that how are you modifying that pattern to be from a bedspread to a shawl?
I'm just making less pieces.
Oh, because it's made in multiple pieces.
Yeah.
Ah.
It's a modular set of motifs.
Interesting. Are the pieces originally done so you can do different size bedspreads, or?
Not really. Well, kinda.
Like there's corner pieces and edge pieces,
Yeah.
right?
There's like a layout thing.
Oh wow. Amy notes, a few days ago I was freaking out because I went to start spinning for the Base12 day and my wheel wouldn't spin. Helps if the switch hadn't gotten bumped to the neutral, I guess.
Mm.
Do you have a switch on that might be in a
No,
half state or something?
shouldn't. It wouldn't be working how it is.
It's like when you shifted your car into neutral at SSK.
Yes.
Or no, you put it
What
in
is this?
manual.
Oh, yes. Oh, gosh.
I don't think I heard this story.
We were driving home from Jenny's. Or not home, but we were driving back to Scarrett Bennett from Jenny's.
Mm-hmm.
And I hear this terrible, terrible sound. I'm like, what the heck is that? It's like, it's really close. And I'm like, it's following us? And then, like I'm finally get to a point where I can stop and realize that somehow I have knocked the shift in my car, which is an automatic, to manual because my car does have the option of like paddle shifters.
Yeah.
I had knocked it into manual
So
and
you're,
was just staying in first gear
oh gosh.
and trying to accelerate, which
Oh,
does not
no.
sound good.
No.
So now I know what it sounds like when my car is in manual.
Is this why you needed to replace your CPT?
No. Probably didn't help. My car's doing so much better now.
Much happier, as you said.
Though my tires are not happy.
Oh.
Yeah. I slipped a bit at the bottom of Woodland the other day.
Oh. Well, they did warn you.
They did.
Maybe I don't want to take your car when it's snowy out.
Yeah, well, I might just get new tires sooner
My
rather
car
than later.
might be the best right now.
Maybe. My car did stop me.
I've only slipped once.
You've also been driving for much less.
Yeah, you have like 3 months of driving. I have like 6 years on that car.
I have like 4 months.
Hollis, by the way, says the slower spinner wins. More time to enjoy fluff to yarn process. I mean, yes, but also we are competitive, as you have seen.
So I did get to join the body and the sleeves of Chris's cardigan.
Yeah, you
today.
said yesterday you said there was no way you were going to finish this, and now you're like, oh, it's within. You said, and I almost am going to quote directly, once you get to the yoke,
it's like one
all
day.
done. Right?
It's like a day,
Yeah. So are you now at the point where you think you're going to get it done in time?
I don't know. It depends on how much I ignore all my responsibilities for the next 2 days.
Well, responsibilities are overrated.
They are, especially at this time of year.
I don't know if your dress is getting hemmed. We'll see.
You did do a very nice job on it so far.
Depends how fast I can sew buttons on in sewing class.
I made buttons for Gab today.
So this is something that's amazing for, I wish I had been as involved in my crafts as Gab is when I was in high school, and I wish I had this sort of opportunity in high school. But Gab's school offers multiple levels of sewing class, so not just basic introduction, but there's
3 levels?
3 levels of sewing. And now with your block scheduling, you have, what, twice a week?
Once a week, I get 80 minutes of sewing.
Okay. For a grade. And Gab likes to do this for stress relief, right? So, and I think we had mentioned the fact that you, yesterday, the day before, we were talking about the fact that you were expecting to be able to teach the class, right?
I think I know more than the teacher.
Oh.
Your skills have, like, Gab made me a dress for Christmas last year, and they're making me another dress for Christmas this year, and you have grown a lot as a craftsperson in the last year.
But you hate doing dresses, yeah?
Yep, dresses are evil.
Because the pattern pieces are too big?
Yep. Suits are much easier.
I think it's fascinating. You would rather spend more time actively sewing than cutting things apart, right? So the more intricate it is, the more pieces there are.
But there's more pattern pieces in like Gab sewing because there's linings and stuff.
Yeah, exactly. And so
what, there were 6 pattern pieces for my dress?
Yeah.
while an average person would be like, the fewer pieces, the simpler it is, the better. Gab is
Well,
the less time spent cutting and the more time spent sewing, the better.
I would rather spin for a sweater than spin a 4-ounce braid. And I would rather knit a sweater than knit a hat. I don't like quick projects.
Interesting. Jones says, I would love to find clothing construction classes near me. I'd love to learn more about making clothes. Clothes.
How have you furthered your...
Yeah, how did you learn? Because obviously you didn't learn it from the school.
And you didn't learn it from me, because you are far more educated than I am, and much more skilled.
It kind of just happened.
Gab is not very self-aware.
I wanted vests.
How many vests have you made?
Too many. And so I found a vest pattern. And I tried to get you to help me with it, but you were too busy, so I just did it myself.
This is the story of Gab's life.
Yeah. And then I just kind of started doing things.
Did you get some help from the women that help out with costumes?
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah. So one way to learn...
Doom scrolling?
Yeah.
Lots of doom scrolling.
One way to learn is through the Instagram Reels, right? Another way to learn is if there is a local high school that is doing some sort of theater production, often they will make their own costumes, and the parents will need volunteers to help out with that stuff, right?
Most of the adults that help out with the costumes don't actually have children actively in the program anymore.
They just stick around. Our school also has a lot of audacity. The costume ladies there are a little insane.
Is this going to be the year you want to win a Gene Kelly?
Yes. The Gene Kellys love colors and sparkles and fun.
So is that the...
That's what we're...
The design, the aesthetic?
Colors and sparkles and fun.
Yep.
Do you want to talk a little bit about what the Gene Kellys are?
It's an award show for theater.
High school musical theater in... Is it just Allegheny County, or is it...
I think so, maybe.
Or our region.
It's the area.
And it is actually associated with Gene Kelly. It's not just named after him. Gene Kelly's wife actually is the MC.
His last wife.
One of his wives, his most recent wife. Okay.
It's doing it again. We have a spinning wheel poltergeist neck.
My wheel isn't doing that. I don't think it's a spinning wheel poltergeist.
They do awards for the different subsets of the shows. So they'll have Gene Kelly representatives come to each high school show and judge it, and then you'll get nominated for different things. So there's
So the one you're most interested in is costumes.
Yeah. We get nominated for best costumes every year. Basically, we have for the past 12 years.
But you haven't won one yet while you've been there.
Yeah.
And there's best actor and best supporting actor and
best lighting, best technical execution.
There's a lot of technical awards as well as acting.
Yeah. And
dance and singing.
So if you're a department head, you get to go on stage and accept the award if you win it.
And Gab has designed bespoke outfits for themselves every year.
Yeah.
For the award shows.
Last year you even designed an outfit for me.
Yeah.
Oh, we haven't talked about our knits today.
We haven't. Why don't you
So Nick is wearing a hand-spun sweater. I believe the pattern is Brownstone by Brooklyn Tweed, actually by Jared Flood. It's a 3-ply Rambouillet. And I think this one has been around for probably about 8 years and gets worn a lot.
I have a photo of Adrian with a matching one.
Yeah.
When Adrian was Christopher's age.
Yeah. Or actually
even younger, yeah.
I am wearing a Dustland shawl by Stephen West in Bowie DK in the undyed colorway. And Gab is wearing a Elizabeth Zimmerman hybrid saddle shoulder sweater in HipStrings Targhee worsted that they knit during their biology class freshman year.
Oh man, I'm the only one who hasn't knit their own garment today. I was going to comment with your shawl. The two things, since you always have that up as a sample.
Yeah.
The two things I always point out about it. One, it is a great pattern to show off the stitch definition that Bowie allows.
Yeah.
Right. Because you really get to see what those different stitch patterns are. But also, using such a neutral color makes that possibly the most tame Stephen West pattern ever.
Yep. Dustland's a pretty tame Stephen West. He has socks in it and a sweater and a shawl.
Yeah.
There might be a hat, but it's all just knit pearl texture. So it's not brioche or, complicated color work or anything like that.
Oh man.
Oh, now we don't have to worry about my wheel misbehaving.
No, we
anymore.
don't. And you can show off the wonderful color. And I can stretch my back out because I'm starting to get sore here.
And the wonderful pigtails on my bobbin from
when it halted.
Yeah. But my very big, pretty bobbin. So you can see some alternate and some dumpster fire and the ultraviolet. And I will have to see what's up with my wheel so that it doesn't cause problems tomorrow.
Yeah, you might have to have a backup controller.
Yeah, I'm going to unplug it because sometimes I know some electronics don't like to be plugged in for a long period of time.
It's all those cosmic rays, Jill.
Oh, I think I found out.
What?
The connector cable.
Yeah.
Was kind of loose in the connection.
That would make sense.
Like there's no grip here.
Oh. That's not good.
That's loose. I don't know why. Electrical engineer, solve. This is a neck problem.
Can't solve it now. Here, you take it. No, I'm kidding.
Just solve it by tomorrow. Or I'll have to switch cables.
Lee noted that she's knit several Dustland hats as gifts. I would love to see the hat pattern for that. That sounds like it would be fun.
I'll show you.
Yeah.
I can buy it on Stephen West's birthday. That's when I always buy my patterns because he has a big sale on his birthday every year.
Yeah.
I'm going to watch you.
I was going to say, like, you're joining everybody else in watching me.
Yeah.
Yeah. And now you're going to watch Gab?
Yeah.
We were talking about something and I forgot what.
What?
It's being a taco.
It is
I
being
don't
a...
know what it's doing.
Your
That's what
gauge is a
blocking is
little
for.
funky.
My gauge is
That'll block out.
Yeah.
Whatever.
That's the solution for everything, right?
Mm-hmm.
It'll block out.
Are you going to follow my advice and block out that motif once you've knit one?
Was I supposed to do that?
It would be a good idea so that you don't have to, like, crochet an entire shawl and then find out that your gauge was really off. And it
Here.
won't...
The gauge is not gonna. I'm not using the right like size anything. The gauge is not gonna be okay.
Yeah,
Well,
it doesn't really matter for
It
a
doesn't
shawl.
really matter. Well, what matters is whether or not it's going to lay flat. Crochet's a little different that way, Nick.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Tell me more.
It'll lay flat. I believe in it.
That doesn't look like it's going to lay flat.
It's not a square. It's like
It's a diamond thingy.
it's a like 4-pointed star.
Yeah.
I have been meaning to make myself a crochet like blocking board,
I think
Okay.
I'm just gonna keep.
because you
creating and
basically
tripping
you
hazards.
have a piece of wood with holes in it, and then
Okay.
you put like metal pins
Okay,
in the holes so you can like stretch it out
sure.
to be flat.
Okay.
And the thing is when you're working with motifs like this, you can like stack a whole bunch of them on top of each other,
Ah.
so that all of your motifs are stretched to the same size.
Interesting.
I think we should talk about my sewing machines.
You want to talk about your sewing machines?
I have a lot.
How many sewing machines do you have, Gab?
I have 9 sewing machines.
But still less than the number of wheels I have.
Exactly. Okay, I'm currently in possession of 9, I think. I've been promised 2 more.
What other 2? I knew about 1.
Oh
no.
costume
Oh, me.
lady.
Or Mimi's.
Yeah.
So these are not like, standard sewing machines that you would, go to a big box store and purchase.
Why do you have 9 sewing machines, Gab?
They all have their quirks and purposes.
So Gab has, just like Jill, when we were talking about how you like to make sure that those poor doilies that you find are not getting appreciated at antique stores, you have to pick them up. Gab has a similar feeling for that for sewing machines, and yet somehow Gab is able to find fully functional antique sewing machines
For $20 every time. They're always $20.
Yeah. Now they need a little bit of reworking, new belts, some oil, sometimes change the motor, but I had to completely rewire one of them.
You have
That
a
one had
couple.
been sitting out in a shed for a while.
You have some that you haven't gotten up and running yet, and that are going to be
Yeah.
a little bit more complicated because they're more modern. More modern being they're from like 1960.
Yeah, I also have one that's from like the 1890s.
Yeah.
that I
So
need to
part of Gab's research project, they wanted to be able to make reproduction pieces to go with this tuxedo, and they wanted to have the appropriate sewing machine as the type of sewing machine that might have possibly the technology that might have sewn that tuxedo. So we had to hunt down
Someone
you found an
in the
1890s.
Discord said there was a free 1890s sewing machine, and I had to take it.
Yes. But it has been motorized.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen this one yet, have
You
I?
haven't?
I don't think I have.
It's on a top shelf, and I think I might die if I try and get
I
it
think
down.
we mentioned it to you that it happened.
Yeah, well, I know it
because-
happened. I just never
and then
actually
on the
got
way
to see
back
it.
from picking that one up, I found another sewing machine at a thrift store, and we took that one home too.
Because that one was $20.
Yeah.
And that
It's
one,
like a nice Italian one.
yeah,
from the
that one we
50s.
need to see if it's up and running and what needs to be done to get it functional. Because I don't think we've even plugged that one in.
Yeah, I don't think so. I like twisted the wheel and then the needle hit something.
So that one's going to be a little bit more complicated because it has like multiple stitch types and stuff.
So I have 3 from the 40s, 1 from the 50s, 1 from the 1890s, 3 modern ones,
Yeah.
and a serger.
Yeah.
And I don't use any of the modern ones.
You
Well,
use
one
the
of-
serger a
one
lot
of them the serger gets used, and one of the modern ones gets used
for a
gets
buttonholer.
used for buttonholes.
But you're
nothing
waiting
else.
until you get another sewing machine you've been promised because
Yes. I
that's a
have
vintage
tool,
machine that you have a buttonholer for that machine. So you,
but not the machine.
but not the machine.
How did you get the buttonhole for the machine and not the
I
machine?
found it
You just found it
in
on the side of the
at
road?
Creative Reuse.
Oh, okay.
At thrift store.
Yeah.
And I was, yeah, and then the main, like, costume lady was like, oh yeah, I have the sewing machine for that. It's been in an attic for a while, so you can have it if you can fix it up.
I've started to learn quite a bit about how to repair old sewing machines.
They're not that complicated.
Oh, they're not.
They do straight stitch and nothing else. Except for the ones that do other things.
As is the case with everything.
Mm-hmm.
But most of them, you just need to oil them.
Gab has learned.
Mostly, yeah.
And when they start misbehaving, you need
Just
to oil them.
Well, sometimes the tension thing is wildly too tight.
Oh, on the bobbin holder.
Yeah, the bobbin holder, like, tension on one of them was, like, all the way up somehow. This
It
is
just-
the one that
it
had
tightened
been
itself?
sitting in a shed. Yeah, I don't know. The instruction manual was like, yeah, you can tighten this, but, like, it shouldn't need to be because it's fixed. Like, it's correctly tensioned for when you buy it. But also, that was like 80 years ago. So I did have to fix it. Because it was not... The tension on that thing's still a little funky. I think the top tension wheel is missing a piece.
Mm.
I just ignore that, though.
Is it something I could 3D print?
No,
Is it metal?
it's metal.
Hmm.
I don't know. It looks different from my other one, but also they are slightly different. And it looks the same as the one in the instruction manual.
Mm.
But also the instruction manual doesn't have a motor on that one. And this sewing machine has a motor. So I don't know what's going on. That's the one I keep at school for my sewing class, because I don't like the ones they give us. I think when I asked my teacher if I could bring in my own sewing machine that was vintage, she probably thought one from the 80s and not the 40s.
I really want to know what your... Just stay there. I'll point towards you. I really want to know... I don't need both the microphones. Oh, God. I really want to know what your sewing teacher is thinking. We don't have, like, another open house that we get to talk to them, do we?
No,
I guess next year. Next year we could see them, because I just desperately want to know.
because I didn't get to meet them at the open house last year. This year because I was juggling 2 schedules.
Yeah.
Every
same
time
time.
I finish a project, she says, "Wow, Gab, how long have you been sewing for? This is amazing."
How long have you been sewing for?
Well, I tell her I've been sewing since I was 5, but I didn't really get into it until like 4 years ago, 3 years ago.
Till middle school, yeah.
Yeah.
Did we get you the lessons when you were 5? Or...
Yeah.
Okay.
I think you're a little bit old. I think you might have been 6 or 7 when you got the lessons, but you started hand sewing at like 5.
Yeah.
I remember you knit when you were 5.
I did a lot of things when I was 5.
And then we put them in school, and
Yeah.
And that ruined everything.
Yeah. I was knitting in my 4th grade classes.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Mhm.
I don't remember that.
And you had sewed like a little bag for your 5th
Yeah.
grade teacher.
I did?
Yeah, because
I don't remember this.
She still remembers it.
she still
Yeah,
remembers it.
I remember you telling me about this. I don't remember doing that.
Because
And you just
Christopher
made
has
a
the
long-
same teacher.
yeah. And Gab just made a long
Oh.
Furby for yet another of their teachers.
Yeah,
How
I've
many
made
of your teachers have gotten long Furbies?
2 of my teachers have gotten long Furbies.
One was the librarian, right?
Yeah, one was my 8th grade English teacher who became the librarian the next year. And the most recent is my German teacher, who I've had for 4 years. And every single one of my German projects is long Furby themed.
There have been storybooks.
Yeah.
I've still got a while, guys. Like,
You're the one carrying all the fiber today. Your dress pants.
Yeah. Yeah, these pants did collect a bunch of the fiber. The other problem with these pants is I keep sliding down in my chair, and
Do you need a better chair?
I mean, wouldn't hurt, but I also need better pants. Everything's just wrong about them. These are pants to be looked in, not doing anything. They're
There's
management
a hole
pants.
in your dress.
You'll have to treat everybody to a kilt tomorrow night.
There's like a giant.
Oh my
hole.
gosh. I kept on snagging on a bin in the studio today, and I guess it ripped my dress. I replaced the lid.
Just
But
hem
it took its...
Just hem the dress a couple inches.
Okay. You can do that for me?
No.
You are an empowered woman, Jill. You can do it yourself.
You can sew your own clothes.
No, I can't. You know how bad I am at it.
It's also a knit fabric.
Some of the people in my sewing class are, what's the word? Ambitious.
Yeah?
Some of them are very ambitious.
Well, we talked about how you had somebody in your class made their first dress out of lining material.
Yeah,
and
like
their
a
second
satin
is stretched
and-
velvet.
Yeah, and now they're doing something with stretch velvet. A lot of people are doing stuff with stretch fabric, and I don't think any of them are using a zigzag stitch.
Not like we're not even talking overlock or
No,
or
they're
surgery
just using a straight stitch.
on knit.
All of their clothes are going to fall apart
Mm-hmm. All the
Why is
seams
that-
are going to
Why is
break.
that going to make it fall apart?
because straight stitches don't stretch with
Okay.
the fabric.
So you just break the thread.
Yeah.
And you said there's been a number of t-shirt quilts.
Yeah.
There's a lot of
There's
quilting going
been
on.
a bunch of quilting, and the teacher and all of the students don't know how to quilt. So they think they're inventing
Which you have very
quilting.
rudimentary quilting experience.
Yeah,
and
I've made like some square square quilts.
yeah.
I've made like 2, and even I know what they're doing is very wrong.
Is there anybody doing things right?
You know, I don't know.
You just pay attention to the ones you can complain about.
There's a lot of things happening in that class.
Yeah. How many people are in the class?
I don't know. I think there's... Well, my phone goes in slot 11, so there's at least that many people.
Okay.
I think there's like 13.
Very unlucky.
But also, it's sewing 1, 2, and 3 in the same classroom.
Yeah.
So I just mind my business and listen to all of them. Have problems?
Mm-hmm. Do you offer assistance?
No. Maybe one day. But
Give
I feel
them-
like if I offered assistance, I would look over and I say, "You're doing everything wrong."
You do have to work on how you deliver help, Gab. You have
Yeah.
friends who are just like,
Every time someone asks me to proofread their essay, they tell me I'm being mean.
though it's hilarious because your younger brother has now been asking you to help with his essays. And he's like, make me cry.
Yeah. And
He's all here for it.
Every time I offer to proofread someone's essay now, I just say, "It will be mean, but it will be good." Your essay will benefit.
You're just
But
preparing
you
for the day
might-
when you're a professor?
Yeah.
I wonder how this reflects on us as parents. Because I don't remember parenting Gab like that, but maybe.
No, we have not parented. We have,
Okay,
in
good.
fact, often talked about, how to deliver criticism without being mean.
Not just advice. Help,
Sometimes
assistance.
Assistance.
I will put a comment on a Google Doc that just says, "This sentence sounds weird and I don't know how to fix it."
See, that shouldn't be considered mean. I wouldn't consider that mean.
Or I'll
Maybe
be
I'm
like,
a poor judge of this.
or I'll be like, "I don't like how this sounds. Maybe rewrite it this way."
That's fine.
Yeah, I don't
That's
know why
fine.
people think I'm mean.
So there was a time when I was an editor for a comic compilation, and there was one artist who I gave him all of my comments and recommendations, and the guy came back to me and he was like, "Why are you having me do this if you hate my work so much?" I'm like, "What do you mean?" He says, you have all of these comments. Clearly you don't like what I'm doing." I said, no. You don't understand. The fact that I'm putting the effort into making these sorts of corrections is because you were so close to being perfect. And I want to help you get over those things that you don't see. If I didn't like it, I would just say, "This is bad, fix it."
Yeah.
Right? Amy says, "I'm editing a book for a friend right now. I had to put a note that said, I have no idea what this sentence is talking about." Yeah.
Well, like, Adrian had me edit his first, like, big research paper for a class.
Mm-hmm.
And I get, like, 2 sentences in, and I call him over. I'm like, "Dude, read this to me." And he read it to me, and he's like, "Oh, that doesn't make any sense." I'm like, "Exactly."
Yeah, most recently I read, there's like one sophomore in my German class, because she speaks German at home, and so her parents made her move up a class,
Yeah.
and she's in AP seminar.
Yeah.
So she had me proofread her essay, and I left like 70 comments on 2 paragraphs.
You see the potential of what people could
Yeah, I will write
do.
a comment on like every sentence of how to make it better and also how to fix it because it's bad.
Okay.
Oh, I didn't do my homework. You keep talking.
Oh, okay. We have to keep talking.
Oh,
His father doesn't, you know that thing he tells you to do every day?
my homework.
Yeah. He didn't do his.
I did my math homework.
Yeah.
Yeah,
How's calc?
it's fine.
What are you doing right now?
You know, that's a good question.
You do not inspire confidence. Every time I'm like, "Hey, what are you covering in calc?"
We're
And you're
doing
like, "Math?" And
we're
I'm like, "I
doing-
don't trust you that you understand what's going on."
we're doing like properties of like graphs based on their derivatives or something.
Okay.
I don't know what
Tell
it's
me
called. When the derivative equals 0, that means there's a critical point,
Okay.
and then there's other things.
You guys didn't know you were coming here for calculus lessons,
Well,
did you?
Okay,
Yeah,
base
I'm
12 is about
teaching them
teaching people a little
all
bit of math.
derivatives.
Yeah,
So.
I mean, there's a bit of a difference between going to base 12 and calculus, right?
So this is the
There shouldn't be, but
AP Calc AB segment.
Yeah.
I still don't know what a limit is. That
Okay.
was chapter 1, and
Okay.
that might be a problem.
what do you mean you don't know what a limit is?
Limits are confusing, and I don't like them. But also,
Okay, we're
I've
going to have
heard-
a conversation about limits because
I've-
limits are not that confusing.
I've heard that the number 1 rule of calculus is we don't talk about limits
So
from people last year.
the important thing
So-
you need to know about limits is everybody to the limit, everybody to the limit, everybody come on for the gods. And if any of you get that reference, I love you guys, but it's Homestar Runner. Anyways, Cornwall Crafter, by the way, says good morning. Good morning. Welcome for joining us just as we're leaving now. Okay, so this is probably an old joke, but I figure it's appropriate since we're knitting and stuff. What did the wool hat say to the scarf?
I don't know.
You hang around while I go on ahead. I promise I'll have a better one for tomorrow.
Okay. And I've got to go talk about limits with Gap.
What?
Come on, foot of the gods.
Yeah.
I'm on chapter 5. Chapter 1's far
so-
gone.
Yeah, but
Leave there.
the stuff builds, and if you don't understand.
Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. We will see you tomorrow for day 10. I wouldn't call it 10. Maybe you call it 10. I don't know. I always get confused by saying it. We just call it day 10.
Yeah.
For the last day of Base 12 for this year. So see you then. Have a
See
good
ya.
night.
Bye. So I think the problem you have with limits